A new article from the editorial board of the New York Post, which is a conservative-leaning publication owned by a company helmed by longtime conservative media figurehead Rupert Murdoch, absolutely rips into the electoral chances held by Donald Trump as he makes another bid for the presidency. Will this wave of opposition from established conservative figures and voices translate into Donald actually losing the primary to Ron DeSantis or anybody else? It's, of course, unclear, as he still leads in many relevant polls, and politicians from the Republican Party who've been elected across the country are still largely supporting him, perhaps in part just to hopefully ingratiate themselves with Donald's many obviously committed supporters. But it's clear the Post's editors are frustrated. As the newly available piece explains it, it's not in any way that those responsible for this expression of opposition aren't committed to the GOP cause. The problem is that, in their view, Trump absolutely isn't, instead obsessed with his very personal squabbles. It's obviously not that difficult to see the truth to the core of their position. In his remarks, Trump tends to reference more general political matters only in increasingly deranged terms that are disconnected from reality, calling the southern border open when it quite literally just is not, and the like. Much of what he spends his time saying has to do with the 2020 election and various investigations he's facing. Just check his social feeds. But rather than seek his vindication in the courtroom, or even just make an impassioned speech, Trump wants to inspire a mob, the Post's article said, discussing a potentially looming indictment against Donald. Time and time again, Trump's responses have been unhinged, indicative, and self-defeating. If you actually rose up and were arrested, Trump would abandon you, just as he has every ally who wasn't useful to him anymore. The publication also had more general observations, but Trump is not trying to make America a better place. He's not offering anyone apart from himself a better future. He's out for revenge. This is how Trump has been spending his time since announcing his run for president. Stewing in Mar-a-Lago. No grievance is too small. Americans know that Trump can't stop himself from nursing piddling grudges and throwing out childish insults.